Hey, good afternoon, everybody here in hot Baltimore. We are going to go right to it here. Late night Baltimore. It's a warm, muggy day here in the Baltimore summer, and we are going to get right to the show. Welcome, everybody. Like and subscribe if you would, and even if you wouldn't, especially if you wouldn't, that would be nice. We need all the support we can get, even if you don't really like us. Today we're dealing with three things. We're going to have a rant, a roast, and a closer. Let's start with the rant. The rant is I am going to talk to you about something called Mr. Elon Musk. Okay, we're starting with this one Elon Musk. All right, let me tell you something that's been grinding my gears harder than a bad sequel. It's Elon Musk, the guy who builds rockets that don't work, that blow up, who destroyed Twitter, and writes the weirdest tweets out there. They are. If you want to see if this guy is creative weird, read his tweets, please, or twits or whatever, or X's or whatever. This guy is out there attacking the director Christopher Nolan because Christopher Nolan is doing some creative casting in the new Odyssey film that's coming up. Okay, so let's first start with, does Christopher Nolan know films better than Elon Musk? Of course he does. And does Christopher Nolan have to have any gimmicks to get people to go see his films? No. And also, I love Christopher Nolan's films. He's a brilliant filmmaker. Except for the Dark Knight stuff, wasn't a fan, but love Nolan. Now, he's angry because Elon Musk is angry because some of Christopher Nolan's choices to play some of the characters. One of the characters, Helen of Troy, is black, and I guess that really offends Elon Musk. He feels that is activism or trying to curry favor with the Academy Awards, Oscars, which Christopher Nolan at this point doesn't have to curry favor with anyone. Now, if Christopher Nolan went out and made the film that Elon Musk wanted, a very literal translation of a fictional poem, it was like a movie of the week, it would be, come on, it would be horrible. It would be just a chore to sit through. The Odyssey, Homer's Odyssey, is a brilliant, magnificent epic, one of the great works of literature. It's a work of literature. It's a work of poet. It's a poem. It's not a documentary. So some of the casting choices Elon Musk is really offended by. This is the guy who abolished USAID, and I don't know if his opinion is worth. And also, isn't it enough that you're a fake trillionaire? Do you also have to weigh in on films that you haven't seen by people, brilliant filmmakers who you don't know? Homer wasn't taking Polaroids of ancient Greece when he made his poem. In fact, his story was hundreds of years after the historic fall of Troy anyway. It's not supposed to be historically accurate. It's metaphors and great lessons about universal themes about life, not these exact all Greek characters. There's gods, monsters. The guy takes 10 years to get back home because he pissed off the god of Poseidon. So this is what Elon Musk is angry that isn't correctly cast. Now, how racist can you get? He's screaming out there that Nolan has lost his integrity for accounting Lupita Nyong'o as Helen of Troy. So he's trying to say that there's no possible way that Lupita Nyong'o could be the most beautiful woman in the world. The word, what he's trying to communicate and what he is communicating is it's because she's a black woman. He is the same Elon who wants to colonize Mars, but can't handle a black woman playing a fictional character. Okay, so it's really ridiculous. Elon Musk is a dope. Okay. Yes, he's not the richest man in the world. He's not a trillionaire, really, but we're supposed to believe that his word means anything. Didn't he call Donald Trump? Isn't he the one that's talked about Donald Trump being in the Epstein files? He's the one that brought it back up into the public talk and forced all the Epstein files to come out, that the ones that have come out, and have revealed who Trump really is. And yet he is telling Christopher Nolan about how to make films. I think Christopher Nolan will be just fine. And let's watch a trailer of that film just to see if we can. And I think we can. It may be a terrible film. I don't know. But I can tell you one thing. I'm going to see what it is.
Odysseus. Don't you remember? Thunder. Fire. Death.
I remember. A wife. A son. Home. Ithaca's a kingdom waiting for a king.
My dad is coming home.
You're pining for a daddy you didn't even know. Like some sniveling bastard.
Ithaca's king is coming back.
Bringing vengeance. Bringing it all. I could take this room.
They're not giving up power to you or Odysseus. Do you think life goes back to the way it was?
That world is gone.
If you return, he'd have to kill him, like you will.
You gods don't speak in ways we understand.
Who doesn't understand pain? Or blood? The gods told you.
Then I defy the gods.
All right, that's it. Looks pretty cool, though. We'll have to see what happens. Okay, now let us go to our roast. That's the rant. Elon, you suck. Okay, here's another person who sucks, and his complaints really reveal more about him, just like Elon's complaints are revealing more about Elon than it is about anybody else. Donald Trump in the reflecting pool. It's reflecting. The pool now is reflecting the inner nastiness of the man Trump himself and of the entire MAGA movement. It's a dirty, filthy place. And now they have to put a fence around it. They have to guard it against themselves, is what they're doing. They drained it, painted at the bottom a garish color, did some contracting, no bid contract, which was corrupt. to build it, a friend of his. And so he's fencing it off. He's hiding it from the people. He's hiding it from the people who he actually, the riffraff, the people who are in MAGA, who he actually does hate. And so they're putting a fence around it, this dirty, filthy thing. And blame other people, blame imaginary people that are ruining it, just like he's done for 10 years. Blaming other people for ruining something and trying to put a fence around it. The reflecting pool is really just a reflection of him and the entire MAGA movement, as I say. Just take down the fence, fix the thing like you should do with the country, and stop sullying the entire city with your stupidity. If you want to work on your legacy, why don't you go out there and make national health care? That would really do something to your legacy, Mr. Donald Trump, okay? Not playing around with monuments and trying to build structures that are their names are going to be changed or they're going to be taken down after you're gone anyway. So do something real. If you brought healthcare to the United States, which you can do, national healthcare, you would be remembered fondly by a lot of people. Okay, now before we close, we're going to go to something a little bit different. This is the way I wanted to do it. It's kind of interesting. In New York City, what they're trying to do is they've learned after COVID, especially, everyone learned that you don't have to go to an office building to do your work. So these office buildings are starting to empty. And the thinking is, and it isn't with the current Mondani administration, it's been going on, converting these empty office buildings into residential apartments so that there's more residential apartments, the prices of rent drops. Now, the problem is, it's a noble idea, but they have to understand that a residential building has a lot more demands than an office building. These buildings, the office buildings weren't built for people to be in, live in, eat, play, study. They've got deep floor plans where the middle is dark. There's no windows in a lot of spaces. You got to carve out light wells, redo plumbing, electrical, everything. It's expensive and complicated, and things can go wrong. Buildings just don't structurally have the veracity that residential buildings are built to have. So collapse zones are set up. Whole buildings that got evacuated this week. They're trying to work on the problem. They're trying to go all in with new zoning laws, tax breaks, and it's a great idea. But it might not be for every building that gets available because it's emptying out from office use. But overall, it's a noble idea, but they have to tread lightly and with a lot of prudence for this because we don't want buildings collapsing where people are living. Okay. I don't know how expensive it is in New York to just raise buildings. It's probably incredibly expensive, and then to rebuild in the same place is probably prohibitive. But they are working on it, and they are aware of the safety issues. But that was something I thought I could bring up here in the show. Okay, everybody. It is July 11th, and very warm here, muggy today in Baltimore. We hope you have a great night, and we'll see you soon. F MAGA, and everybody, have a great night.
Big Rooster.